Great day, everyone. Jereshia here. Today, we're going to be talking about like the real reason why you haven't been able to get your business idea off the ground. You know, maybe you feel like you're just like spinning in a hamster wheel, or you feel like you're constantly filling your notebooks up with new ideas, with lists and lists of, I could be doing this, or I could be selling this, or I could do all of these things, but you're wondering why you have been able to go from idea to actually implementation. So if you're new to me, hello and welcome. If you've been rocking with me for a while, either way, pop in the comments, say, hey, let me know you're here. But I'm an income strategist and business coach, and I really teach individuals a simple way to sell their services online. And this is something that came up in a Facebook group that I'm in. There was a young lady in there, and she's like, I have these ideas, I have all these ideas. I need somebody to come into my business and actually help me implement. And it stirred up and started a really, really cool conversation about really what's going on. So, she was like, I want to start a t-shirt business. I want to, write books. I want to do speaking. I want to create sell healthcare services. And there were all these things that she wanted to do. And she's like, okay, who do I need to hire to come into my business and actually implement and execute these ideas? And like I said, it started a really healthy conversation, but I think that everybody here needs to understand that there's a huge difference between having a business idea and actually having a business opportunity. And the lack of understanding the difference between both of these two things is the number one reason why a lot of individuals, maybe like yourself, I know this was me at a point in my life where I was wondering why, okay, I have all these ideas, but I'm not actually gaining any momentum. And it's mainly because you have a business idea, but you haven't attached that idea to a business model. And, I hope that makes sense. Like there's a huge difference between having a business idea and actually having a real business opportunity, meaning an idea isn't thought. It's typically, created through a source of inspiration. It's, this idea of what could be possible or what could be. Ideas are, a business idea is normally a dime a dozen. And a lot of the time we're juggling a lot of business ideas. But in order for you to really get that idea off the ground, you have to really focus in on one business idea to turn that into an opportunity. And there's a process that you go from having a business idea to actually creating that into an opportunity. So I'd love to actually use some of your guys' businesses as examples. So please in the comments, let me know what business ideas you currently have, or what business idea you're currently building and you're turning into a business opportunity, or maybe you already have a business opportunity. You're already generating revenue and selling your offer. Just pop in the comments and let me know what you guys are working on so I can use one of your businesses as an actual example. But to kind of give you guys some other examples, there was a man out there who had this idea that he wanted to put a computer in everybody's home. That business idea was Steve Jobs, and that turned into Apple. He had the idea of innovating technology and having computers accessible in every single person's home. But then he created the business opportunity, which was Apple, and that is the business model that made that idea come to life. Or if you think about fast food, that people want to deliver fast food. Like somebody had the idea that I want to pull up in my car, not have to get out, and within 5 to 10 minutes be able to have a full meal that I can purchase. Like that was a business idea. The person, McDonald's is the one that turned that idea into an opportunity and created a business model around it. Burger King, Wendy's, it all started with that initial idea. So a lot of the time we are having a tough time, or you may be having a tough time getting that business idea off the ground, is because you have not actually thought through what the business model is going to be to actually turn that idea into an opportunity. Okay. I hope this is making sense for you guys. Ed is like, yes, great way to break it down. Great example. So Ed is one of my favorite human beings online. We haven't met in person yet, but he has a near dear spot in my heart. And Ed does tech and business support. So Ed, let me know what the idea for you, of starting this business was for you. Why did you decide to offer tech and business support for business owners. Like Ed is amazing when it comes to tech support. If you guys are looking for somebody to help you manage your tech support of your business, like you got to definitely check out Ed. But Ed probably had this idea, probably had a ton of, well, I know Ed had a ton of ideas because we've worked together before, but Ed's had a ton of ideas, you know, of, you know, offering tech support, doing that in a retainer basis where he's coming on to be like somebody's CTO. We're offering it in a membership where he's creating, okay, but Ed, okay. So maybe I'll break down Ed's thing because, but maybe like Ed started this tech support because one, people were coming to him for it. That's another indicator that your idea actually has legs to potentially come into an opportunity, meaning that there's actually like, there's a demand for the idea that you have, like the idea that you have actually solves somebody's problem. Let me actually break that down. So how do you go through the process of actually turning an idea into an opportunity? And let me break this down very, very simply for you. So I have an idea, like I know for me, I've had an idea of like, I want to, you know, I've had the idea of making journals, creating planners. I've had the idea of writing books. I've had the idea of creating a t-shirt line. I've had the idea of like selling hair extensions. I've had the idea of, you know, empowering women. I've had the idea of, you know, I want to create and support and help more women of color who look like me have a voice at the table and have like, you know, financial freedom. Like these are all these amazing ideas that you may have as well in some capacity in regards to what it is that you actually want to do. But in order to turn that business idea into an opportunity, the first thing that you need to do before you do anything else is actually figure out how you're going to package and sell your offer. And this is where that business model comes into play. So if you have this idea, and like I said, the first step that you need to take is actually identifying how are you going to package your offer? Like what is the way for you to package your offer? And this is typically really understanding like what are you actually going to be selling? This needs to be a product or a service, something that you're actually selling. So what is the tangible thing that you're going to be, people are going to be paying you money for? So, right, like Ed is like, yeah. It's like using Ed for an example, like Ed, you know, is amazing with technology and it just comes easy to him. And people were coming to him saying, Ed, I need help with my tech setup. Ed had to figure out, how am I going to package my offer? Are people going to hire me one-on-one? Am I going to create a membership site so I can serve one-to-many? Am I going to create a course where I can teach people to do what I do so they can do it for themselves? Am I going to do, you know, consulting where people are going to come in and I'm going to train their teams? Like you have to figure out how are you going to package your offer? And that is the very first step. And in regards to actually going beyond that, like what are you actually selling, i.e. what is the offer that people are paying for? What problem are you actually solving? And this is where a huge distinction from idea to opportunity comes into place, because if your idea is not actually solving somebody's problem and solving a big enough problem that people are willing to pay for, your idea will never blossom and bloom into anything more than just the idea. And you need to also understand like what is the process that you're taking a client through to actually get that result. Like that's part of packaging your offer. And I think another one that many of us maybe struggle with is how do I position this offer? So once you know what you're actually going to be selling and you have that packaged in a way that can be sold and you know what problem you're solving, you know, turning that idea into something that you can actually sell, you're not going to figure out how are you going to differentiate yourself from everybody else in the industry. How are you going to stand out from everybody else who's also selling the exact same thing that you're selling? And this is where positioning really comes into play, because this is really what differentiates you and how you are, I guess, like, you know, creating the perception in your client's mind about who you are, what you do, and why they should, you know, want you versus wanting somebody else. So those are two really big things. Something else to do that you want to turn that idea into an opportunity is really figuring out how you're going to price your offer and how making sure that you understand basic financial acumen as it comes to business operations. Meaning, like, how are you pricing your offer to make sure that you can hit your income goals, and pricing your offer in a way that allows you to adequately, like, consistently get profit in your business. And these are all things that go into like you building out your business model. So just, I hope this is resonating with anybody here. I know Ed is like all in, but if you've been wondering why you have these ideas for a business and they haven't actually started to like take root, they haven't actually started to generate revenue, it probably is because you have not turned your business idea into a business opportunity, meaning that you have not figured out what the business model is going to be for you to sell your service or sell your offer on a consistent basis. And there's two key components, right? You need to figure out what the actual service is, meaning what is the thing that somebody is going to buy, you know, pricing it, figuring out how you're actually going to deliver results for that service. So that there's a service component, but there's also a selling component. So you need to know how you're actually going to be selling that service. So I hope this was helpful and insightful for you guys. Like I said, it was a huge conversation we were having in another Facebook group today, and figured I would just do a Facebook Live about it. But I do have some other videos we talked about, you know, going a little bit more in depth on this. And I definitely would love to continue the conversation with you. So we do have a Facebook group called Selling Signature Services with Jereshia Hawk. I would love for you guys to join us over there, continue the conversation, and continue to ask questions. But really, again, think about this when you're wondering why your idea hasn't taken root or hasn't built momentum yet, or you're not earning money. It's probably because this is the number one reason, is you have not gone through the process of turning your idea into an opportunity, and you haven't actually figured out yet what business model you are going to build to bring that idea to life. Okay. So hope this was helpful. I look forward to seeing you guys in my Facebook group. Come hang out with us over there. You can click the link above or below, and we will see you later. Talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.